So we will depart 1-5. 3.2. Invermere traffic, Gulf X-ray Zulu Sierra is taking position. We'll backtrack and depart on 1-5. Invermere traffic, X-ray Zulu Sierra. Oh, he's got the Pawnee out.
Guys, oh, maybe there's another glider coming out of that same hangar. Oh, good.
Don't see anyone on final. Invermere traffic, X-ray Zulu Sierra is on the backtrack 1-5, Invermere.
I would have assumed they always landed on the grass here with those gliders, but maybe not. They've all got, looks like they got wheels.
Invermere traffic, Gulf X-ray Zulu Sierra is on the roll 1-5, Invermere.
The purpose of today's flight is to get me more familiar with how to safely fly through the mountains. Flight training has taught me the many hazards associated with mountain flying, so for my first time over the rocks, I wanted to bring someone along with a lot of knowledge and experience. I met Jeff through the Alberta General Aviation Facebook group, and he graciously offered to come with me on a flight to Invermere, BC and back. This is our flight back home from Invermere. And we took off to the south, and we're gonna do a U-turn over Lake Windermere. And we're gonna head on up here to this pass that takes us from the Columbia Valley through this mountain range over to the Kootenay Valley.
Yeah, and then there's a golf course off this end too, eh?
Yeah.
That one's maybe even closer.
Yeah.
No, neither are that far. Yeah, we might not get to see Fairmont. We're a little bit further from it. Up over there, but
yeah, it's a ways down there. So that's 48. We can make our turn now.
yep.
We'll turn out to the right. It's a little sailboat down there.
Yeah. Just a little one. Couple of them sitting, getting ready. Quite a mixture, kayaks and
Invermere traffic, glider to a vehicle.
Invermere is a community in eastern British Columbia. It is the hub of the beautiful Columbia Valley between Golden to the north and Cranbrook to the south. Invermere sits on the northwest shore of Windermere Lake and is a popular summer destination for visitors and second homeowners from Calgary and Edmonton.
actually both golf courses. I don't know where this one's clubhouse is. Oh, it's way over here. But it really comes right up to the airport.
It does, yeah.
And this one isn't bad either. And it looks like its clubhouse is right at this end.
Yeah.
So it's definitely it's a closer walk than it was to Tim's. Well, maybe not. 6 of one, half dozen the other.
Yeah.
As long as you got a folding cart, it's okay. Have to carry him on your back.
The village in the distance is Radium Hot Springs, informally and commonly called Radium. It's a village of 776 residents situated in the East Kootenay region of BC. The village is named for the hot springs located in the nearby Kootenay National Park. The hot springs were named after the radioactive element when an analysis of the water showed that it contained small traces of radon, which is a decay product of radium. The radiation dosage from bathing in the pools was found to be inconsequential. In 1841, Sir George Simpson, the governor of the Hudson's Bay Company, made the first recorded visit to the springs. He bathed in the gravel pool just big enough for one person. During the late 1800s, the first permanent settlers came, and the springs increased in popularity. In 1890, a man by the name of Roland Stewart saw the economic potential of the springs and paid $1 an acre to receive a crown grant for 160 acres surrounding the pool. In 1911, the original concrete bathing pool and bathhouse was financed by multi-millionaire St. John Harmsworth. While Mr. Stewart was able to capitalize on his investment for a number of years, he eventually went back to England at the start of the First World War. In 1920, negotiations between the federal and provincial governments commenced, and the formation of the Kootenay Dominion Park was announced. In 1922, the hot springs and other properties in the vicinity were expropriated by the government. Mr. Stewart was paid out $40,000 for his initial $160 investment, and in 1925, Radium Hot Springs Lodge was opened to the public.
Like I say, you know, Tom, the biggest thing about flying in the mountains is always have a way out.
Yeah.
After that, you can play, you can try going overhead, over top, as long as you've got a way out. Like the first time I flew through the mountains, I followed all the VFR routes.
Yeah.
Then I started going straighter and straighter and straighter as I gained confidence. But I remember when I bought my first airplane, I lived in Rainbow Lake. I followed all the roads to Rainbow Lake.
Yeah.
And then I started cutting corners, and then out after the third flight it was screw this, I'm going straight.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of where I'm at, you know,
Yep.
like following VFR routes and.
Well, yeah, as your confidence builds, and if it was a perfectly clear day today, we'd just go straight. But
Yep.
with the clouds, and I can still see some of the rocks are obscured, like just the peaks are sitting in there, so you kind of have no real choice.
Yeah.
You cut the corners, no problem. Yeah, Radium's a bit further. Well, that first golf course isn't too far. Yeah, so I was teasing you. You pick BC and it opens up a whole new world of golf courses for you.
Yeah. Big sawmill down there.
Yeah, right beside the runway.
Where is that little runway?
Just on the other side of that sawmill.
Oh, that's it there.
Yeah, grass runway.
It's kind of on the rough side.
It looks on the rough side. I've never gone in there, to be honest.
Yeah. We're at 7.
Yeah, it looks like even at 55 you could go through here, which I wasn't sure about because it's been so long since years since I've been through this.
So how is it going through these with a tailwind? Do you get kicked up a little bit more generally?
Not necessarily.
No.
It all depends. Like, so coming across this rock now, we'll still get the downdrafts from these rocks on the right.
Yeah.
So there's two things you'll see when we're coming through here. The shaded side of the valley is on our right side. So two things happen on the shaded side. Well, sorry, one thing happens. You also get downdrafts on the shaded side.
Yes.
And in our case today, because the wind's coming from that side, we'll have downdrafts. So if we flew on the sunny side, which we can at our 7,500 feet, we're going to get lift on the sunny side from the sun and from the wind.
Right.
And again, lift allows us to actually fly faster.
Yeah.
But you can see, you could come through this valley like, yeah, 5,500, I think pretty easy.
We're at 75 now.
Yeah, and you can see the peaks, some of the far peaks are still obscured.
Yeah.
I mean, we could try it, but it doesn't leave you a lot of outs, eh, if the clouds are down and you can't. Like, at least with the VFR route, you got lots of outs.
Yeah.
Now, there are days where, let's say the wind was coming from our northwest like it normally does, and the sunny side of the valley, they may just neutralize each other out. Where the lift you're getting from the sun is overcome by the wind.
Yeah. We're going that way.
Nope.
Looks like.
We should be going that way.
Hold on. Oh yeah, you're right.
So you can, this is that same ridge we cut across before where we had the little cloud.
Yeah.
You can cut across that ridge as well.
So we got it out that way.
Yeah, we sure do. It's all declining or lowering terrain.
Looks like there's a trail up. Oh no, maybe that's our little.
Yeah, look, maybe a wash, eh?
Yeah, washout. Now, really, I'm gonna get the downdraft on this side.
Yeah, it's hard to say now because the way the wind's running, it's almost parallel with this. We could almost sit in the middle and not notice anything. Yeah, I wonder how high those clouds are. Whether I don't think we'll get 95 though. Doesn't look like they've climbed up much.
We got 130 knot ground speed.
Yeah, the ground speed's nice now. And it's not terribly rough.
Not too bad.
Nope. Sit out in the middle here. Again, against this side, it shouldn't be bad, even with the wind coming at our tail.
Should just get a gentle updraft over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it should just be gentle. And I think if I'm right, we're going through that pass there, so we can point straight towards that one. Cut all these corners off the highway.
What over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you were socked in, you couldn't even make 75. All you could make was 5. You'd be down following the road a lot more because the road is pretty much the lowest point.
Yeah.
Because usually the river is the lowest point.
Yep. What do we got? Let's just lead this thing out now. Fire there. Don't even need the air conditioning up here much.
No, now that
We at now?
that's saying almost 0 again. About 4 degrees or so. So that means that's probably why the clouds haven't gone up much, because it hasn't really warmed up here.
Yeah, that's true. Really no different temperature than when we came.
No, it really doesn't look like it.
And we're 1,000 feet lower
Yeah,
than we were.
that's what I was thinking, because if we could get to 95, we'd take advantage of even more wind, but
Yeah.
I'm just not sure we'd get there.
Must be the Kootenai River below us.
Oh, is that right?
I think so, 'cause it says Kootenai Crossing up
Yeah,
there. So
I'll betcha. That's the problem with aviation maps. You look around forever for the river's name.
yeah.
At least in driving, they got it always.
And you know, whenever you cross it, there's always a sign.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like when you asked me, do you follow 93? I was like, shit, I had to pull up the iPad and look. Yeah, it's 93 that I follow. Once you're in the air, you don't care what the road numbers are or anything.
Road numbers are from a different time in your life.
Exactly, yeah. But even now, you get so lazy, even in the car, I punch in the destination, it says turn right, I turn right.
Yeah, you don't even
care what road I'm on.
We've kind of lost our ability to navigate on the ground.
Exactly.
So to speak. That was just about dead on.
I mean, in the air, I still practice, but it's so hard because you've got all these aids. But at least GPS gives you your situational awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely moving along quicker than we were coming the other way.
136 now.
Just a short hop up this valley. And we're going to cross over into the next valley, which I believe is the Vermilion Valley. We're going to follow that along for a little while. And then we cross our final range before we get back into Alberta and into the Bow Valley. This is also the Continental Divide.
Yeah, when I did that flight sim and went down all those those dead-end valleys, I thought, you know what? I'm going to have a GPS flying through the mountains. I'm going to plot my course. I'm not going to deviate too much.
Well, I always had a GPS, but I flew over the top of the clouds once, and then I bought a GPS with terrain. We're talking 15, 18, 20 years ago.
Oh,
but
okay.
when you're on top of the clouds and you don't know where the valleys are, that's when you get nervous because you lose an engine. You want to be able to go down in a valley, right? Come down through the cloud, get into a valley where there's a road.
Because you could come down and right into a peak.
Exactly, yeah.
Which could be in the cloud.
Yep. Yeah, this is what I was looking at when we came in. All this, a lot of it looks like fire. A lot of it looks like bugs though too, but when we got close to the hill, I could see a lot of burn marks still. You having to pull up there?
I did,
yeah. That's okay, right? I mean, as long as you can outclimb it, your performance is good enough, it's all good. It's when it makes you nervous as you're at max climb and you're still descending. That's when you know you got to get out.
You got to get out then, okay.
Yeah. Same thing, you can come across that ridge at whatever angle you want now.
Yeah. Back when I was going over the last ridge, the GPS gave me the 500 feet AGL.
It did, yeah. Well, it might here too. I mean, it's okay to get in close.
Yeah. I can just peel that way.
Exactly. Yeah, this one you got an easy out here to the right, and it's descending terrain again.
Yeah.
That's funny. Ever since I started flying, especially mountains, even driving, I always have a way out.
Yeah.
It makes me so nervous going across a narrow bridge meeting a semi, 'cause it's like I've got no way out here.
Yeah. Well, I found riding a motorcycle made me a better driver because you're a little more worried, like you're watching what's going on behind you on a motorcycle because
behind, a mile ahead, everywhere.
You know, so and you do that long enough, you find yourself doing the exact same thing in your car.
Yeah. What kind of bike do you ride?
I have a 96 Road King.
Okay.
It's an older bike, but I had to put a motor in it a couple of years ago. The tooth broke off the cam gear. It's just where where they punched the index mark. They must have punched it too hard or put a crack in it. And the tooth broke off, and it went through the mesh of the gears, so it bent the crankshaft a little bit. And
how many kilometers?
Probably 36,000 kilometers. And so I put in a S&S motor in it.
Oh, you did, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had the patience for Harleys, so I've got a Triumph is as close as I get on a hard, like for lack of patience, and then I've got a Honda and a Suzuki. The Honda's an Africa Twin and the Suzuki's just a dual sport. Actually the same as that one that was at the airport, and it gets ridden the most because it's the easiest to ride.
You know, my wife has a 1982 CB650 with a windjammer on it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to work. I'll just hop on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Yeah.
it's like, it's the seat is so cushy and it's
Yeah.
the suspension is so soft.
It's just so easy. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a beautiful riding bike. But I've had this bike since 2000. I bought it in 2000. So I've had it 20 years. And, you know, I think I had 6,000 kilometers on it when I bought it. I think it's got like 37 on it now or something like that. So not like I rode it a ton, but
It's tough too where we live.
yeah.
See, when you get adventurous now, you'd pick right through there
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
because it cuts off that much more of the flight.
Yeah.
But again, that's one you really want to do 45 at because
Need to be
there's a
able to
peak
turn
there
back.
and there's a peak there, and you'll want to be able to peel out.
Yeah.
Or at the other side, with the way the wind is today, it might be really rough just on the other side there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny, I don't mind it rough in the mountains, but it's usually my passengers never like rough air.
No.
And they always ask me, how do you get used to it? It's like, well, I really don't. I wish we could see the bumps in the road like you can driving, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Guess we turned through there.
Yep.
Excellent.
That's what I was saying. That would
Yeah,
would
that's
have
a
been
shortcut.
that would have been my shortcut. I shave corners wherever I can because we're in the air.
Yeah. You're free.
Exactly.
So this must be the pass that goes into the Bow Valley then.
Well, we're going to come right out at Castle
Castle
Mountain,
Mountain,
right?
yeah, that's the Bow Valley.
See, and the clouds look higher there now. Well, they were low when we came through at Castle.
It's quite a little spitty there.
Honestly, this is pretty nice.
Yeah,
This is about as good as I ever get out of flying this low in the mountains.
yeah,
The last time I flew this pass, I tightened down my seatbelt and I kept tightening it, and still over Lake Minnewanka I got hammered.
did you? Do you know what the winds were?
They were 25 gusting 35, so
Yeah, okay. Probably the gust factor has a lot to.
I think it does, yeah. And they were coming out of the northwest that day, so you're getting it off all these rocks. I was right up against that site as tight as I could go to try and avoid it.
Yeah. To get around this rock, we should be looking at Castle Mountain, I think.
Well, it's right, that's it right there, isn't
Is
it?
it? Maybe it is.
I think
Maybe it
that's
just
it.
looks different from up here.
Yeah, different angle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure that's it there.
Oh, okay, then that is it.
Because that's where we turn to come down. When we turn there, we should be able to see Banff and Canmore.
Yeah.
But if we looked at a straight line to Red Deer, we might be able to do it if we climbed up a little bit, just going straight that way. But I don't think that is a straight line yet.
Oh,
I think it's more like over there. But I'm always looking at that, eh? Well, if the clouds, if the mountains aren't in the clouds, I
Yeah.
know I got clearance, right?
yeah.
And we aren't getting hammered here, so it's like, yeah, it wouldn't be too bad to not follow the VFR.
What, would you go up 95?
Yeah, we'd probably go up to 95. Cleared, and then just you'd hit direct on there to see where is our line.
So just like that, instead of following the valley and the VFR route down to Banff and Canmore and then coming out back to Red Deer, we decide to take a shortcut and go straight across over the top of the mountain peaks and direct.
Not sure how you do the direct.
There should be a direct to button, isn't there, on this thing?
Oh, right there.
Yeah, so that's pretty much straight there. So if we climbed up another couple thousand feet, we don't need to worry about that peak on the right. We don't even really need to worry about the peak on the left, but you'll get a good view of Castle Mountain here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of red out there at this height.
Yeah, there will be. But again, it looks like there's still 1,000 feet between that peak and the clouds. It might not be, it might only be 500, but there's still lots there. And we got a lot more here than when we were coming in.
Yeah.
So I think it still doesn't show that it's warmed up a bunch here, but maybe 4 degrees, which would give you another couple thousand feet. But see, what I'd do if I was you is I'd pick, see that one peak in the distance with the, it's got streaks of white on it?
Yeah.
I'd just pick to the left of that. So you stay away from these 3 little peaks or the little humps on this side.
Oh, okay.
And there we're looking pretty straight into Red Deer. I guess we're a little bit off, but you can't do much until you're above them.
Yeah. Probably climb a bit quicker.
Yeah, sometimes you got to turn up the engine speed a little bit up here. Try to recover some horsepower.
Should catch some updrafts coming up to these
Yeah.
slopes.
And again, worst case scenario here, we can always turn this way. Because
Yeah.
we'll still have enough, like we're at what, only at 8,500, so. We'll just see if we can get into a spot here where we don't have a lot of options. There you get a good view of Castle.
Yeah, it is nice. Never seen behind it.
It does look like some people climb up there though.
There's that lake.
Oh yeah,
It's
right
called
above.
Rockbound Lake. The
Okay.
small one there, though.
Oh, okay, not the bigger one.
Yeah. There's a hike to that lake.
That'd be a bit of a journey, like you say, eh?
Yeah. So what do you, how's that looking?
Well, it's still looking good in the distance.
Okay.
So like what I'm looking, it's good to get up here because what I was trying to see was, is there any mountains in the clouds?
Doesn't seem like
And
it.
there's maybe something way up there to the left, but I really can't tell. So this will be as bad a rocks as you can get into. And what I do here is I climb pretty much as high as the clouds will allow.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, I'm not 2,500 feet above these rocks, so.
Yeah.
I still am VFR, legal VFR.
Yeah. We're at 92 now.
Yeah, so just keep climbing. Always give you, the more the height, the better, right?
Yeah.
And you'll see up here because you start to get very few outs up here.
Yeah.
As we close in now, we're getting fewer and fewer outs.
Yeah.
Probably the only out we might have is behind this rock, yeah.
Down
Right,
that
like
valley.
right now we can still turn to the right
Yeah.
and catch an updraft.
We're at 97 now.
Yeah, keep climbing. Keep climbing until we're touching these clouds. Mostly because I'm just worried about if the downdraft off this side of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get out down there still. There's a valley just on the other side here, so we're still got an out there.
Yeah.
And that is descending. That's what I was looking
Gotta
at.
go that way, should we?
Yep.
Go through that
That's
little dip there?
where we wanted to go through, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna keep climbing. See, there's the ridge of tall rocks right there.
Yeah.
Looks like we might even get 11,000 feet here, which would be nice. Yeah, that's a good valley out that way.
We're above everything right now.
Good, good.
Distance. The distance rock always looks like it's
It
higher.
does, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was expecting there. The higher you go, the less of that you get, right?
Yeah.
Especially in light winds, because the wind can't shoot off the rocks. Even here we have a way out after this ridge is down that way. Still another valley down there.
Just keep it about 100-mile-an-hour climb.
Now we're still doing 131 mile an hour, so that's okay.
Yeah, we're in a down now.
Yeah. But we're able to hold it.
And 5.
Yeah, see, the next valley I'd take if I was struggling would be that one there.
Yeah.
Out. But see, that's how it goes. Each ridge you cross, you have another out, and then you're good. So you cross another ridge, you got another out.
Yeah.
And if you look, we're almost, that ridge is really the last of it.
Oh, right.
That white, all the white tall ones there, that's it now.
It gets lower after that.
Yeah. Even if we look at the map, if we zoomed out, it would show that there's just foothills after that. Even this valley off to the left isn't bad either. Or off to the right, you can just see Banff out there.
Yeah.
I have taken this route a couple times.
Just straight past Castle Mount.
Yeah, I was going to go to Fairmont one day, or Invermere in the winter. I got down to Lake Louise, and it was just heading south was all socked in. And I'd gone right over the top to Castle Mount, so I went around Lake Louise, looked at it.
Yeah.
Inbound left base 293 Hills.
So you couldn't do this in a 172, what we're doing right now.
No.
We just wouldn't have enough power. You top out at about 10,000 feet with two of us, well, 11,000 with two of us on board,
Yeah.
but you'd be sweating big time.
Yeah.
So the taller the rocks, the bigger the bumps. So here we don't have a lot of outs, eh?
No.
We got back there, but pretty soon we'll have an out that way. You'll see as we're climbing up this valley. Still got an out back to the right as well. But I like where you're pointed. You're pointed at a low spot
Yeah,
there.
right there. I think we
Yep.
go through there.
It
goes well.
Bravo Hotel, currently 3,600 feet lower on the pipeline. 8 mile.
142 knots.
7
Yeah.
miles south of the field.
It was cool to visit a little airport. I like little airports,
Me too.
especially when there's people around.
Well, in that airport, every time I've gone there, there's been people around. It's neat.
Yeah.
Fairmont, you get the airport manager and usually another guy there. They're retired and they just, I don't know, they work on the airport. But they're great to visit with too.
Oh, okay.
But some airports, like I was into Flagstaff the other day, the businesses weren't even open. It was dead.
Flagstaff is where?
It's between Killam and Cedric.
Oh.
Used to be called Killam Cedric. Now they call it Flagstaff Regional.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know why. Makes no sense. We're not in Arizona.
Yeah. They'll descend now. What have we got? 18 minutes.
Perfect. That must be Dixon Dam there, eh? That's not Sylvan.
That's Glenipur, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glenipur Lake.
Right.
Red Deer River goes through Sundre and makes its way to that
Oh, it
lake.
does make it.
Yeah, and out of that lake, that's what controls the Red Deer
Yeah.
River through Red Deer, is that dam.
Well, one year, when I was only like 3 years old, maybe 4, Dad and I went canoeing. And our uncle who lived in Sundre put us in the river. But he didn't put us in the Red Deer River, he put us in the Little Red Deer River. And we spent like 10 hours on the river.
Oh,
And we were only supposed to spend like 2 hours on the river. And
yeah.
we were completely lost. And we ended up at a farmer's house and he fed me. I remember I was starving.
Yeah.
And then Uncle came and picked us up and was quite embarrassed that we were nowhere close to where we were supposed to be. So I was trying to figure out where the heck we were actually at, but I've never figured it out. But it was somewhere around Sundre area. Mom wasn't happy. She thought we died. We were on for a 2-hour canoe trip. Her little boy and after that, Dad and I didn't get to adventure very much. We got on the Red Deer River near Delburn and went for a 2-hour trip always.
Oh, yeah.
Then we turn in and there's a bridge, I assume, right there that we're going to cross. Eh?
Yeah.
That's what we call.
Yeah, you'll say report the bridge.
Mike Gamma Whiskey, final 1.
I never come in from this direction. I'm always from the north. And 9 times out of 10, I get to do Black Falls inbound, but sometimes I got to go slacks now.
Delta Tango, roger.
Yeah, that matches pretty close with the GPS.
Yeah.
Delta Tango number 3, traffic, 2 Cessnas on final.
3, eh?
East side, Max Delta Tango.
An additional traffic inbound from the southwest via the bridge, Cessna 182, estimating the bridge about 3 minutes.
I don't know, I think we'll be quicker. Maybe
Yeah.
not, though.
Golf X-ray Zulu Sierra, Red Deer Radio.
X-ray Zulu Sierra, go ahead.
For traffic, are you able to join a mid-downwind from present position?
I could do a mid-downwind, yeah.
Traffic short final, Cessna touch and go. For spacing, I think that'll work best if you come right to the mid-downwind.
We'll join the mid-downwind, X-ray Zulu Sierra.
I even like that better. Shorter.
Go for 1 for run, touch and go. Pop, roger.
So basically just head for Springbrook.
Yep. Yeah. You can see the guy just took off of the runway. Might not be able to see him, but I can. It's just coming past the, or just up to the airplanes there. And I'll probably lose him, but he's done his touch and go.
Mike Alpha Whiskey, Red Deer Radio, can you extend your climb out 1 minute? Traffic at the, almost at the bridge, Cessna 182, be joining mid-downwind.
Extending climb on 1 minute, Mike Alpha.
We're at 45 now.
Yeah, but
Mike Delta Tango.
don't worry about being too much this way, right?
Delta Tango, roger.
Because
Yeah.
we got that displaced anyway, and the other guy's just touching down. So he might have nice spacing now. He's doing good. You ever want to see the controllers work, go to Oshkosh.
Oh, I've seen them on videos of them.
Yeah, it teaches you though that these guys are in Canada are completely conservative. Because they'll put two people on the length of runway like that at the same time.
Yeah.
Climbing out there. Where's the other guy? Oh yeah, he's touchdown. He must be stopping. So this morning I landed long because I didn't want that taxi.
Mike Alpha Whiskey, the inbound 182 is 3 or 3 o'clock base, their crosswind turn, your discretion.
Looking for traffic, Michael.
He's just turning crosswind. The other guy's off the runway now.
Temperature's rich. Landing light on. Circuit breakers are in.
But if you want, what I do now, what I've been doing is I aim for the taxiway as the touchdown point.
Yeah, that's what I usually do too.
Because then we don't have to do all that taxiing.
Yeah, gets you out of everyone's way quicker.
Yeah, exactly. There's another guy just touching down. Down in 10 seconds.
Red Deer Radio, Gulf X-ray Zulu Sierra's mid downwind, 17, full stop.
X-ray Sierra, roger, number 1. Traffic just touching down, touch and go Cessna.
X-ray Zulu Sierra. Alright, let's do this now.
He can fit other people in.
Yeah.
Got them all quite tight.
Delta Tango, turning downwind for runway 17, touch and go.
Mike Delta Tango, roger, number 4, following traffic, mid downwind.
Oh, Mike Delta Tango.
I only had 3.
You were right about that smoke.
Yeah, dropping
Yeah.
inside,
Yeah, 3 knots, right? He said.
Radio, X-ray, Bravo, with information, India.
Golf X-ray Julia Bravo, Red Deer Radio.
X-ray, Bravo, 4,200 feet, north of Station 10, back to Radium.
X-ray Julia Bravo, runway 17, wind 130 at 6, altimeter 29er.
A little rusty on my landings.
Traffic, 3 Cessnas, right hand circuit turning
It's
17.
amazing how fast that happens.
It is. Well, and what happens to you is you have to work so hard on them.
Runway 17, full stop, X-ray,
Like to get them good now, and then all of a sudden they're
report the bridge.
not working anymore.
Yeah.
River Bridge, X-ray, Bravo.
Thanks for riding along today. I was happy to be able to share this adventure with you, and I hope you enjoyed it. Next episode, my wife Valerie makes her return as we do some tenting at a beautiful remote airstrip in the foothills. If you don't want to miss that one, click the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you enjoyed this video, click the thumbs up button as it really helps the channel. We'll see you next time.